Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to tell you guys a story, and the reason why I want to do that is because the other day I was part of this theatre show. It was an immersive theatre show, and one of the actors asked me a few questions about myself. This certain question made me realize I want to tell this story because it's a fun one, it's a special one. So he basically asked me, if you would go back to a certain moment in time, which moment would that be? And my answer actually shocked him because he was definitely not expecting that. I said to him, I would go back to the moment that I met this certain actress in Romania. And being from the industry, he was quite shocked.
What, are you kidding me?
Because he thought to himself, why? Like, why was that so special? But you guys will figure out why, because it was a very special moment in my life, and it was a turning point in the sense that that was the moment when I took the decision of being behind the camera and not so much in front of the camera. I was a big fan. I was about 14 years old, and I was a big fan of this TV show. It was a TV show about a young lady who was a princess, but she was kidnapped by this mafia guy and being taken to Romania, originally from Czech Republic. So she was raised by this mafia guy, and all she thought was that this guy was basically her father. I was part of the forum. They had a forum where sometimes, maybe like once a week, the actors would go and say, "Hi guys, how are you doing? How are you enjoying the show?" and all that. My family was going through a lot of things during that period. A lot of things that I couldn't understand as a child, and especially as a teenager, because I was at 14, I was more of a teenager than a child. But I couldn't really process all those emotions. And I obviously had no idea of what journaling is. Step by step, every day, I would start writing to this actress that I really loved. And I would tell her things about how my day was going. So I was basically journaling in her DMs.
What is your problem?
These very long messages, like, you know, the length of an email, like a very long email, that I was 100% sure she's definitely not reading. I was 100% sure she's not reading. She's too busy, you know, being in the show. So I was thinking she definitely has no time for my... Something very strange happened. My birthday is on 8th of December. And I've received a message a few days before saying from her. So it was from her, but it really looked like it was a member of staff who said, "Can I please get your number so we can chat over the phone?" I was shocked. It was lunch break, actually. I was out grabbing some food and they called me. It wasn't her, so it was a member of staff, as I said. She said, "Oh, hi Monica, how are you? You've been selected for being in December. Christmas was just around the corner." So they said they're hosting this TV show where fans of the show are coming and they talk about the show. And I'm being invited to it.
Oh my God.
I was over the moon. Guys, seriously. Imagine my 14-year-old ass being just so psyched that for a second I thought, is this a prank? Is someone just taking the piss? Was the account hacked? Was the website hacked? I had a lot of stories in my head. The lady on the phone asked me, you're obviously underage, so you would have to come with a parent to accompany you in this journey. So the following day, she actually called me and she said, what's going on? Are you guys coming? And I said, yeah, my dad is in, we're gonna come, we're gonna drive up there. And she said, don't worry, we'll come and pick you up. My hometown is actually an hour and a half away from Bucharest. So I thought, oh God, they're coming to pick me up. It was becoming more and more real. I wasn't any suspicious anymore. They asked me for my home address and I said, okay, fine, you guys gonna come and pick me up. I was really excited. So this was on a Friday, and I had the weekend over to think about certain questions that they're gonna ask me. I was thinking, well, it's gonna be a bunch of fans, so what is the most obvious question that you can ask? And the most obvious question was, why do you love the show? What's your favorite character? Why do you love it? So I made a list with these, you know, hypothetical questions that they could ask me, and I memorized the answers. So in case I get way too nervous, way too anxious, I actually have in mind the line, so I know what to say and not embarrass myself in front of TV. Monday comes, and Monday is actually the 8th of December, so that's my birthday. And they arrived and they knocked on the door, and straight away, so my father opens the door, and straight away you see a big camera, light, and this lady with her microphone like, "Hi, how are you?" And then my father is like, "Hi, Amber, how are you?" And then they go, "Oh, where's Monica?" And in that moment, I come out of my bedroom and they stopped the camera and they said, "We're gonna, ask you some questions about the show. Do you feel, whenever you're ready, just let us know." So they took the interview in my bedroom and they asked, obviously, the questions that I thought of the whole weekend. Then we drove up to the studios. At the time, they were called Media Pro Studios. So I was very excited, guys. Picture this, it's like a Hollywood movie. I walked in there and I was looking at the surroundings and I couldn't believe, myself being there. I thought how lucky and how blessed I am to be in here, because I was living in a small city. I never had any contact with like famous people or anything, and I never went on any set. Just looking around me, I thought, where's everybody? Where are the people that, the fans? I thought I was being by myself. I was walking around the sets with the camera guy and the lady, and I couldn't see anybody. And then at some point, they left my dad. They said, "Oh, you can just stay here." And we were in this studio where they had a built-in house, basically. So it was like fake walls and everything. And this very crazy thing happened. I go somewhere at the back and it's an office. They open the door and my favorite actress is standing there. She had this big cake in her hand and like a big toy in her other hand. And she's like, "Surprise! Happy birthday!" And I thought,
oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
I was shocked to my core, guys. I never felt so much enthusiasm and so much joy in my life. I know it might sound something very silly and very superficial on the surface, but let's just remember I was a teenager. I didn't have much experience, and I loved this TV show. I really loved it, and I was very immersed into it. She said, "Hi, hi, how are you? How's it going? How are you feeling? Like, what have you visited on here?" At the desk, it was this big producer that she was doing the TV show. So Diana was her name, is her name, Diana. She was this lovely person, and she took my hand in her hands and she said, did you find Bogdan? Bogdan was the actor who's the main character, and that I told you I just met him. And she said, "Did you find him? Did you ask him the 1,000 questions that you said you want to ask him?" She asked me if I did all those things, and that was a proof to me that she actually read my messages, and probably she spoke to a member of staff, and they told them about this weirdo sending her these long messages, and maybe they just thought about this idea of bringing me there. And then the producer said, "There's no TV show, there are no fans, there is no forum, there is nobody here. This is just for you because it's your birthday." And I felt the most special person in the world. After I left the room, I still had the chance to walk around and see the set. And actually, they were filming a scene. And they said, they were like, "Shh, just, you can stay next to me." And it was the director, and I stood next to the director. It was an intense scene. It was a scene that these two male characters were fighting. But sitting next to the director, I thought to myself, this is so much more exciting. I want to do this. So in that moment, I think I made the choice, not a very conscious one, but I made the choice, you know what? I think it's better to be behind the camera. I think it would suit me better. I think the main thing, apart from this whole experience being so special and so different, I would say, especially for a girl like me from a small city, that's starting from just writing her thoughts to her favorite actress. I never thought this actress would read my messages. And I'm sure she hasn't read all of them, but she has read some because she made proof of it. Apart from this whole experience, because I'm a very romantic person and I love stories, and that's the reason why I'm telling you this story, and I feel that there are some moments in my life when they really felt like out of the movie. But apart from that, I think there's a bigger reason why I chose this path and why it revealed to me in this way. And yeah, this is the story, how I got into the industry and why I am doing what I'm doing at the moment. I'm very curious though, do you have any stories like that? Doesn't have to be necessarily special, but do you have any sort of moment in time, or can you actually think about that moment when you decided, oh yeah, I want to do marketing, oh yeah, I want to be a painter, I want to be I don't know, whatever you guys out there are doing. Was it a moment when you decided that you want to do that? Was it a circumstance? Was it a person? Was it a situation? Was it a story, basically? If there was a story, I would really love for you to share it in the comments down below. And if you like this video, like always, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.